All-star warrior Jimmy Butler suffered a right knee injury in this game versus the Miami Heat Monday night. In this video, we're going to be breaking down Jimmy Butler's knee injury, how it likely happened, what's going on inside the knee from an anatomy standpoint, and what the treatment and recovery timeline typically look like for an elite NBA player. So if we take a look at the play of when the injury did happen, slow down this replay here, we see Jimmy Butler trying to fight for the ball, and as he grabs a hold of that ball, you see this right leg start to come down and land very awkwardly onto the floor. At this moment, the leg is supporting Jimmy Butler, but as you continue to play the video, you see that right knee start to bend inward, indicating that the knee is buckling and giving away. So if we pause the video here, we can really break down this type of positioning that right lower extremity is in. So first, obviously, it's a non-contact injury where there's no contact going through that right lower extremity. Foot is planted abnormally, and there's a change in position. So as Jimmy Butler's trying to reach for the ball, he's trying to just move his trunk awkwardly as he's trying to change his position on the court. There's an excessive amount of valgus stress at this knee, which is the angle of the knee, seen right here where that lower portion of the leg goes outward and the knee comes in. This is making the thigh more into adduction going towards midline and an excessive amount of internal rotation of this upper leg. However, if we take a look at the lower portion of the leg here, we have an excessive amount of external rotation, as you can tell by those toes pointing more outward. This positioning, unfortunately, we've seen it a lot recently, is a perfect storm for creating an ACL tear. Once again, what is the ACL or anterior cruciate ligament? It is this ligament here, primary ligament of the knee that helps stabilize that knee joint. It comes from the femur more posteriorly and then travels anteriorly to the tibia. So once its primary goal is to prevent that anterior displacement of the tibia, so when it is overstressed and in positions as described earlier, where there's an excessive amount of either hyperextension or over-rotation of that femur on the tibia, then that will require, potentially leads it to a very vulnerable position, leading to a potential injury like an ACL tear. And unfortunately for Jimmy Butler, he will have to require season-ending surgery. This will most likely be an ACL reconstruction surgery. This is where they use a hamstring graft and they remove part of that semitendinosus or gracilis muscle tendon, and then use that and place that as a new ACL or anterior cruciate ligament for that knee joint. The typical timeline for recovery or return after ACL reconstruction surgery is about 9 to 12 months. The first few weeks focusing on regaining motion, reduce swelling, and restoring walking mechanics. Next 3 to 4 months, advanced strength training, light running, control gait, agility work. The 6 to 8 months range is about the basketball specific drills, cutting, lateral movements, and then from 9 to 12 months is when they would return to the full competitive play if strength, confidence, and knee stability are restored. With Jimmy Butler's age, though, it is more likely that it might be a longer recovery timeline, just to reduce the re-injury risk and preserve his career longevity. The good news is modern ACL surgeries has a very high success rate. Many NBA stars have returned to elite performance after ACL reconstruction. The biggest factors influencing Butler's return will most likely be his associated knee damage, his rehab progression and confidence cutting, and contact situations. Obviously wishing Jimmy Butler a very speedy recovery. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you found the breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more sports injury explanations just like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next one.